Boom shakalaka, Bitcoin is facing critical resistance. Why right now? It is just getting geared up for something huge. Stay tuned. What's up everyone, Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's video, a lot of very interesting charts for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin facing steep resistance right now and why it's getting geared up for something huge. Before we get into it, guys, like the video, it helps out a lot. Now today, fear and greed at 68, up from yesterday's 65, down from last week's 70. The overall market down 3% today. Bitcoin at 41,912, Ethereum at 2288, BNB at 316, Solana 102, XRP 62 cents, Cardano 59 cents, Avalanche $39, and Dogecoin 8 cents. And Bitcoin, after breaking through this support level, well, headed towards support potentially at the 50-day moving average, this yellow line right here, roughly around $40,000. And Bitcoin is facing a very steep resistance at the midpoint of the old range it reclaimed back in October, all the way back here. Breakout above this level will be bullish, but getting rejected, well, we might be headed back down towards lower levels. As a matter of fact, history doesn't repeat, but it often rhymes. In the past two cycles at this point, you can see the red line and the blue line right here. At this point from the past all-time high, Bitcoin corrected roughly 10%. You can see the red line right here, the blue line right here. Each cycle, the correction has gotten later. So could we be due for a correction? Well, it's certainly possible. In 2016 and 2019, after finding a market bottom, Bitcoin's first major correction occurred upon reaching the 78.6 fib level. Drawing from this pattern, if history repeats itself, Bitcoin may climb towards 50,000, but then experience a 40% correction. You can see here there was 40%, here there was 53% correction. So that would mean all the way up to 50,000 and then a 40% correction from there all the way down to 30,000. That could be enormous. That would definitely shake up the market just a little bit. And based on these halving cycles, it looks very similar to what we've seen previously, where the mid-top comes before the halving and the cycle top after using different metrics. You can see the cycle top, the bottom, and the mid-top on the way up, and pretty much par for the course for Bitcoin. Here's just one more weekly RSI zones. We're not in the cycle top zone, but we are in the bull market local high zone, which generally is a little bit of a high before going further on up the way to the new all-time high. So that's all the bad news. Here's the good news. One of Willy Woo's favorite on-chain indicators is the increase or decrease in realized cap, which measures the capital being stored by the Bitcoin network. We are in a region where money is being poured into the network at an increasing rate. You can see right here, definitely in positive territory. Has not been in this positive territory since roughly October of 2021. That was a long, long time ago, 2 years ago at this point. Most of the time we were in the negative area, now back into the positive, and likely only going to continue increasing in the positive. We can see here that, similar to previous cycles, after having this nice cup here, Bitcoin is starting to break out and might very likely go much, much higher based on what has happened previously, breaking out from this bottoming trend line. So where does that leave us? Well, we have the 2-month Bitcoin Vortex VI has peaked. We also have the 2-month OBV at new highs. We also have the monthly altcoin market cap breaking out and the monthly liquidity cycle reversed a while ago. Next tweet at new all-time high. So all these things are looking very, very good for Bitcoin and for altcoins. As a matter of fact, what's the most likely inflow of capital into Bitcoin? Well, taking a look at this, we could have 300 billion, which is 1% combined assets under management from ETFs. We could have 800 billion, which is equal to the size of the current market cap, or 1.7 trillion, which is 1% of global highly liquid capital. Either way, that should send things up very, very significantly over the next couple years. And Bitcoin is most certainly gearing up, because right now you can see it is touching this red line right here, which previous cycles touching that red line. Each time Bitcoin touches the monthly super trend red line, it's gearing up for doing multiples. Here 96 times, here 35 times, here 7 times. It took 15 months in the first cycle and 19 months in the second cycle and 29 months in the third cycle for a new all-time high. So we could be looking somewhere between 15 and 29 months, somewhere maybe between 7 and 96x for Bitcoin. Fingers crossed. So that's all for today's episode. If you enjoyed it, push the like button. I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one. Love you. Peace.
If you don't think Bitcoin's going to $1 million a coin and then $10 million a coin, you're already a loser.
From now on, if you don't own Bitcoin, you're a moron.